nothing I can do about this, and I'm not going to bother. Guys, we're up to issue 19. Yep, 19. I'm on time for once. This is great, because I'm usually on time with this thing, but here we go. So, issue 19, we have Lord Felthius. That dude. Who's, actually kind of pretty cool looking with his big dopey grin on his face. And then he's kind of Terminator backup bodyguard dudes. Blight Lord Terminators. They're beautiful sculpts. Just everything about the details and stuff like that, I'm absolutely loving the details. Even across like the scythe, I like the scythes. I actually think they're really cool. Yeah, so 3 sprues. We'll have a better look at these when I switch the camera around, but I'm going to keep doing this whole looking at me thing, because why not? Yeah, these are actually really nicely detailed models. I actually like these ones. I like the old style Cataphracti Terminator armor. Possibly, that's what they're called. I don't know really much other than reading the books of 30k. But we'll have a look at those sprues. Anyway, but in saying that, I actually looked this set up after buying it. Like as usual, it's $20 every week. These models are $55. $35 saving, which is pretty cool. So if you are after some more Terminators, and this dude, even if it's just like to grab his weapon so that you can do some conversion work or have a ton with these scythes, it would not be that hard to rip his arm off and take off some of the fur, and you can go from there. But yeah, so what we're going to do is, as usual, I'm going to flip the camera over, we'll go through the magazine, I'll do a bit of a close-up of the sprues themselves, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I have said before, I'm not a big fan of the Death Guard. Well, some of them, I kind of got bored with Poxwalkers and the standard Marines, and it's actually nice to have something a lot different. And as the different models for Death Guard I like those different ones rather than just Poxwalkers and Marines. So yeah, I'm gonna hit the button now and flip the camera around and go through it. I think I said that like 4 times. It's tired. Oh, and background noise, it is 9 degrees, pouring with rain. I mean, really raining out there, and windy. So sorry if you can hear it in the background. And just like that. Alright, so gorgeous green. I actually like this cover a lot. So yeah, that's what they kind of look like all painted up. I bought some Typhus Corrosion just to add some bit of wear and stuff like that. And I haven't opened this yet, so this is one of those times where I'm going through it with you. Death Guard, Lord of Contagion. There's one of the dudes that just goes through a bit of that. I'm going to give this a good read later on. Yeah. Didn't even notice about that. Anyway, so here we go. So, Plague Ripper, which is a sweet looking axe with a bunch of chain blade, saw blades in there. That actually looks really cool and menacing. Really cool model. Feltus himself. Felthius, oh, who knows. Wouldn't mind knowing what that's called, maybe in the next page over. So just a little bit about him. Victorium, the Tainted Sons, blah, blah, blah. Commander, yes, obviously we know all that. So this is another character that we're getting, which is really cool. Turning these pages is actually hard one-handed. Going up against them, the lighting on that photo is really cool. So yeah, here we... Bit about the Terminators. Always going to be fun there. Oh, so we're not going to go through the war gear. I actually thought they really would have. But yeah, kind of a short page, I guess. I guess they kind of want to focus more on going through all these. Obviously, just the instructions. Probably best to paint this separately. Leaving the cape off, for instance. so you can paint everything, because once that cape goes on, it's going to cover majority of the back of this. But if you're going to try and be lazy, go ahead, just put it on and paint what you can see. Again, same thing. But you learn as you're test fitting all this before, you learn what cover what and where, so you can usually leave it off and then stick it on later. And then the different bits for the base. A couple of little nurglings there, and we all know how much I like those little guys. Obviously the painting guide. So we've got a few paints now, and that's just the way they go through it. Sorry guys, like I said, it's 9 degrees, I'm wearing a jacket. The zipper's gonna knock on things. Ooh, that's nice. But yeah, I'm really happy with this, and that's how it's gonna look when you're all done. Yeah, you're probably going to learn your own way this time. And there's actually a really nice way of doing bone now that we have that Rakarth flesh. You can hit that, and then Agrax Thirshade will give you a kind of a nice-ish looking bone colour. Blah, blah, blah. Look at the back of like, that's super detailed, and I really like it. And the smoke's going to be a little bit different to do. I have my own way of doing that type of smoke that's kind of nice, but still kind of messing around with it on another different type of model. Teleport strike, so we're actually learning about teleporting, which is deep striking, which is actually quite fun and can be useful if you can pull it off properly, and depends on what units you're going to use. So here's our mission, special deployment, obviously putting something in reserve. Mentoring play mid-game, that's pretty much what it is. You just keeping models off to the side, and then right in the middle of the game, there they are, when the end of your movement turn. There's obviously their Thought of Contagion, blah blah blah. There's those. From issue 21, we start playing it this way, which is going to be great because you start using the actual rules. And speaking of rules, issue 20 we already know. Don't worry about that one. I'm looking forward to issue 20, especially for us who have premium subscriptions, because we get our first premium thing. But we'll see if that ever turns up, huh? Issue 21, Reavers. You know my opinion on Reavers, and I'm almost certain that they are the same looking dudes that we got originally, except for maybe that one. I think he's a bit different, but I'm not sure. We'll figure that out when we get them, and I'll compare them. But the cool thing about issue 21 is we get the core rules. That fold out is actually really handy to have even now. I always have one with me because I forget constantly. So yeah, so there's that. And I said we'd have a look at the sprues, didn't we? So here's Lord Contagion himself. Here is Felthis. Ugh. Please stop me from saying that ever again. That's his massive cape, full of maggoty goodness. Yep, they're maggots. I said fur, I'm sorry, but that's maggots. Ew. His hand, his front, that nice, awesome looking scythe with all its dripping, oozy goodness. His back, and then the rest of it, and obviously it's supposed to join here, but mine doesn't do that. We just have a look at there's a nice axe, a bolter. Oh, I did this the wrong way, but there's the heavy, I'm not even sure what type of cannon that is. Plague spitter maybe, nice sword with a oozy good dropping things, and there's one of the nurglings, I like him. They're always so happy little slimy slug guys. Bit of basing details on this one, which is pretty cool too. So there's the front. I'm really liking the details on a lot of these. I've said this before, I'll say it again. There's the other happy dude there. And then yeah, so that's pretty much it. Not much left to say on this one. Oh, and the 4 bases it comes with, little peg things. And yeah, that's it. That's issue 19. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoy issue 19. I do. I'd probably pick it up, especially if you're after a few more of those guys. And if you want to pick that up, but oh well, I've got another one of these things coming with my subscription, so we'll see what I end up doing with one or the other. But yeah, I look forward to painting it up, trying to do this slimy thing, but I may use Nurgle Rot to do that instead of the greeny kind of oozy thing there. That's just the way I like to do that. I like Nurgle Rot. It's disgusting. But yeah, alright guys, you have a good night. I'm gonna weather out this storm. That was freaking terrible, but what are you gonna do? It's raining hard. Alright guys, have a good night.